Right, today I'm going to have a little rant about character. And the reason is because I believe really strongly in it. I believe that character is critical, and I personally place a lot of value on it, right? Not only with myself, but with anyone that I'm working with and helping them on their health and fitness journey. Right, an example I like to give is of a fitness program, right? You could get one designed for you. You could have the best program possible, right? Highly personal. It's made and tailored for you. But if you do not follow that program, it's got absolutely no value, right? It's just words on a page or numbers on a page, and it won't add any value to your life. And so what it comes down to is that your program is simply a tool, right? Whether you use it or not is up to you. And that's where responsibility, right? Personal responsibility comes in. Like, you need to take responsibility. And of course, like as a coach, like I'm always there to help and support and motivate and inspire, but only you can lift the weight, or only you can run, like only you can move your feet. And so it's got to be, again, it's just as a tool, it's as a support structure, right? And so at the moment, I'm busy reading a book. It's called Chasing Excellence by Ben Bergeron. If you don't know who he is, he's a coach, CrossFit coach. He coaches some of the top CrossFit athletes, and he wrote this book about one of his athletes who has won the CrossFit Games twice. And in there, he's got this diagram. It's a triangle, which at the bottom is person, right? Which is sort of the biggest level, and it's about developing character, about the characteristics, right? And secondly is the process, which is simply about maximizing your time, maximizing your minutes. And the third level is about ability, which is strength and conditioning and practicing. And right at the top, which is the smallest part, is strategy, right? Which is your game plan. Like if you're training for a competition or an event, then obviously you need some sort of plan. But I want to focus on, the person, and it's something that I really resonated with when I was reading this particular chapter. And it's because I also believe in developing the person first, right? It's first and foremost, that's what I really want to focus on. Because I believe it's much easier to coach a person who's humble, someone who's hungry to learn, someone who is relentless when they're pursuing their goals, someone who likes to ask questions, someone who trusts the method and trusts the process, someone who understands short-term sacrifice for long-term gain, right? Like, those are the sorts of traits and characteristics that I'm looking for in people wanting to develop, because I believe that those are the sort of people that are going to be much easier to coach. And so, yes, the program's important, and it needs to be personal and specific to you, but ultimately it's the character of the person that I believe is, going to separate you from the others, or from the rest. Those sort of people, they don't have to start over every Monday. They don't have to start over every new year, like this is going to be my year, I'm going to get healthy and fit, and by the 3rd of January, then munching down on cookies or whatever, like those people are committed, they're in it for the long haul, and they're sort of self-starters, right? We all know that prioritizing our health is obviously beneficial, right? But not only to us, also to our friends and our family, right? For me, like my long-term driving force and sort of what I'm wanting to achieve personally, what motivates me, what keeps me going, is that I don't want to have to take medication every day, and I want to be mobile for as long as possible, right? I don't want to have a box for each day of the week with 10 different pills in it. I don't want to be in a nursing home by the age of 70 or need assisted care. Like, I want to be able to be as mobile and as active for as long as I can. I don't want to be spending silly amounts of money on medical bills, treating metabolic diseases that I could have avoided had I just prioritized my health when I was younger. And that's, for me personally, that's my long-term motivation. It's why I just keep going. Like, it's just something that I'm really committed to. I don't want you to underestimate the value of forming good habits, right? Big or small. And again, this is something that Ben Bergeron spoke about, or speaks about, and it's something that I definitely can relate to and resonates with me. And, you know, the example that I like to give, which Ben does mention, is never snoozing your alarm, right? I don't snooze my alarm ever. Doesn't matter what day of the week, doesn't matter what time of the year. Like, I do not snooze my alarm. And it's simple. It's because it's the first thing that I'm supposed to do that day. The first thing I'm supposed to do is wake up, and I'm tempted to delay it or push it back. No, I get up and I start my day, right? If I want to wake up later, then just set your alarm for later. Like, it's as simple as that. I think nowadays the snooze button is worth about 9 minutes, I think. So if you multiply that by 7 days, right, you get 63. That's 63 extra minutes per week. If you multiply that by 4 to give you a monthly tally, you're looking at 252 minutes, right? If you're looking at, that's over 4 hours of time for you to put towards something constructive and productive, right? If you multiply that by 12, you're looking at over 50 hours in a year, right? That is insane. Like, you've just been given the gift of time by simply not pushing your snooze button. And so it's a very small habit. It's so simple. But if you add that up over a lifetime, you're talking about a lot of extra time for you to do something valuable and productive with your time, right? And so that's just a very simple example of forming good habits. There's a famous quote by Aristotle. You've heard it, maybe you haven't heard it. And he says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit," right? And it, for me, obviously, I'm reading a book called Chasing Excellence, so I'm on this excellence sort of vibe, if you will, at the moment. But that is the goal, right? It's about excellence. And I watch Ben Bergeron's podcast, and I listen to him a lot. And what I really like that he said is, there's no such thing as pass fail, right? Either you pass, or you win, or you learn, okay? It's not, fail means that there has to be an ending, there has to be a destination. But he doesn't believe in such a thing, and I don't believe in such a thing. Like, there is no ending to this journey, in my opinion, right? My health is going to be with me for the rest of my life. Like, it's up to me what I do with it. And so with anything that I do, there is no such thing as failure, right? And again, I don't seek out failure, but I'm not afraid to lose. I'm not afraid to fall flat on my face. Like, that's how I learn. That's how you grow. That's how you experience new things. Like, if you just stuck to the same thing over and over, like, you're going to get the same results, and there's going to be no change, right? And so our habits have to be something that we are 100% committed to. It's something that's non-negotiable. It's our principles. It's our core values, right? This is what we believe to be universally true, and we will not compromise on these habits, right? And so it's different for every person, but you need to come up with your own and commit to them, right? For me, as a personal trainer, I get with the general population and general client that I'm working with, I get 1 hour of their day, right? I design programs, and I get them to, I can recommend exercises and get them to perform certain, drills or whatever it might be in the gym, and great. I get 1 hour with this person, but there's still a whole other 23 hours, which they're equally important, right? In my opinion. And so I'm interested in everything that's going on in the other 23 hours of the day. What do your relationships look like? What does your stress levels look like? What does your sleep look like? What does your nutrition look like? What does your recovery look like? All these factors are so crucial in a health and fitness program right? And becoming healthier and fitter and getting stronger and just being better, right?